are people that are online right now that's going to be on here looking at this through the vertical. Gosh, I keep saying virtual. I mean vertical. You're going to be looking at this through a vertical aspect. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys all being there. Here we go. We got comments flying in, right? I'm originally from Illinois, Iowa border. I'm South Carolina now, about the same. Oh, wow. Hey, this is Jerry. Modern Renaissance man, you are a blessing, and I really love when you sound like Donald Trump. I close my eyes and you would think it was really him. You're the best. Keep it really real. Yep, have no other choice but to. Hey, if you happen to be in contact with Pam Bondi, tell her to be sure to subpoena the appraiser on Z. Appreciate it, Keith. Letitia James, mortgage fraud. Yeah, I know. A pervert in the park filming children, and they're worried about a word. Get over yourselves. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting, y'all. This is going to get interesting. This is going to get interesting. I see our pals over there on the other stream. So, ladies and gentlemen that are in here right now, I appreciate y'all hearing me lollygag and filibuster through. I told you guys before, I kind of do this deal where when I'm live in my studio area, sometimes even when I'm live on the virtual, gosh, the vertical streaming like that right there. When I'm live on the vertical streaming, or mobile streaming, I'll just start saying mobile streaming. That when I'm streaming mobilely, that I usually do this thing where I just kind of talk, let you guys gather like you're coming into an auditorium. And then after you do that part right there, I just end up going 5 minutes in, and then I just go right into the show, okay? So we're getting ready to get into this, and I appreciate you guys all being here. Don't forget to do what I told you to do. And what is that? Click the thumbs up button right now. That way my content can consistently be recommended to you, right? And y'all double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. Okay, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, right? So let me go ahead and do something right here if y'all don't mind. I got to do one more little thing in here, okay? And there we have it. So some of you guys that are right here right now, you may not be, some of you that are looking at me from the side, if you're looking at me from the side view and you see the side of my face, it's a good chance you won't be able to see the recordings that I'm going to show everybody else on here, but it's a good chance you may be able to hear them, okay? Just letting you guys all know that. So I appreciate you guys all being here. Those of you that are in the chat, I see Red, you in both of them, you in the vertical streaming or mobile streaming it is. And so guys, 10 minutes in and I haven't even said nothing really yet, okay? So hit that thumbs up button. That will allow my content to consistently be recommended to you. If when you do subscribe to the channel, make sure you double click the bell notification. When you click the bell notification, it will allow you to select all notifications. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, let me get ready to tell you guys what this is all about. So if you do not know this, there's a woman, I think she's going by the name Shiloh, and she's gone completely viral because she called a little, I guess, I don't know where he's from, a little 3-year-old, let's just say he's black. Whether he's Somalian, they got all kind of things. This boy is Somalian. He's Ugandan. He's from Cameroon. You know, he's from Liberia. I mean, they got all kind of things where this little boy is from, right? But she called the boy the N-word, and she gets confronted by a gentleman who holds the phone up. Why will you say that? Why will you call him that? Why? He's filming her, and she goes because I guess apparently the little 3-year-old kid took something out of her bag or took something from her son, whatever the case may be. She called a little kid a N-word. And she goes completely viral over this for calling this little kid the N-word. And you guys all see what my title says on my studio version. And if y'all don't understand what the reading means in my typing, I have to type things a certain way because YouTube will censor it. It says breaking. White lady says N-word and the country loses its mind. And then there's some Piers Morgan drama. And what the lady did is going to segue into what happened on the Piers Morgan show, okay? So again, the lady says the N-word to a 3-year-old. This man records her, puts her on blast. Why would you call a 3-year-old this? What would you do this for? The lady said, and she stuck to her gun. She said, because he is. If he's acting like one, that's what I'm going to call him. Now, let me go ahead and say this right now, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell people all the time, saying anything derogatory or heinous to a child already is out of pocket, okay? And this is where things are about to be getting a little sketchy for some of you. I don't care what the woman called the kid. Anything she called the kid is completely out of pocket. It's wrong. If she called him a little bastard, if she called him a little a-hole, if she called him a little dirty crook, if she called him anything, but ladies and gentlemen, she called him the N-word. So the world, the United States, goes completely crazy because not for the fact that she called the little kid the N-word and she was being recorded by a man who allegedly is a Epstein-like type fella who does Epstein-like type things, right? No, they go crazy because the woman almost is at $1 million on GoFundMe. And all of a sudden, this war breaks out on an emotional level, on a, yeah, I would just say it's on the emotional level. Because people start comparing what this woman is getting compared to what Carmelo Anthony, the black kid who fatally stabbed a white kid when their family got like 600 grand or something like that. So all this stuff started going back and forth. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something right now. If you know me and you've been following my channel, you know my personality, you know my thoughts pretty much, you know how I speak, and you know how I feel about certain things. I'm going to tell y'all right now why this is something that I do not give a good goddamn care about what that lady said to that kid. You want to know why? Oh, yeah, I know y'all like, hold on, wait a minute. I know that just, y'all just shocked, aren't y'all? That child don't know what that woman said to him. Uh-oh. Ty, that's not what we wanted you to do. That 3-year-old kid doesn't have a clue what that woman said to him, nor would the 3-year-old kid care. Apparently, the kid didn't care so much that he was going and taking stuff like little kids do anyway because they're curious. He's going and taking stuff out of her bag. And she called the kid little N-word. He probably looked at her like, huh? He just probably kept on just digging things out, taking things out of her, just taking things out. That little kid didn't care what she called him, but you did. See, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I'm not saying nothing any different than what I say to my mentees. Not anything different. Did you know that when people called me certain names, you know, I literally laughed at it because I never heard the terminology before? There are people on here right now that's been with my channel since 2017, and they would tell you, once I started digging and started talking about real life issues and talking about things that are plaguing the community and black people and things like that, I got called slurs that I didn't even know were slurs. So now, because of these slurs that I was called, I just bought into it. This right here, look, this is one of the first slurs I've ever been called. And when somebody called me that, I was like, no, I literally, on my channel, streaming live, I had someone literally getting on here, black people, started calling me Uncle Tom. And I was like, no, my name is Ty. Why y'all keep calling me Uncle Tom? I'm lost. Like, what? Dude. Like, then I thought it was some of my nieces and nephews playing games. Because people kept on saying, like, when I say, a lot of times when I get on my channel and I started off, I said, what's going on, everybody? My name is Ty Smith. I'm out of Renaissance Man. People kept on thinking I was saying Todd or Tom. So when people start calling me Uncle Tom, I had no idea that they were meaning that for like to be derogatory or to be heinous or to be insulting. I had no idea that Uncle Tom was that type of word when they first started calling me that. So you know what happened? Nothing. I didn't care. I was like, Uncle Tom? Okay, like, no, my name is Ty. Like, why y'all keep calling me Uncle Tom? And then I had to go and look back, and guess who got a hold of me and let me know about it? He actually sent me this cup. This cup right here, literally is from Larry Elder. Met Larry Elder at the White House. Literally had a conversation. Then I went and read Uncle Tom's Cabinet. I'm like confused, like, wait a minute. So, y'all, I'm going somewhere with this. And I know a lot of you guys are not going to agree with it. If you don't agree with it, I will be more than happy to bring you up on the panel. I will be more than happy to bring you up on the panel. But I will tell you this. That 3-year-old kid did not care what that lady called him. Some of y'all, what have you called your child when they do things out of pocket? You little y'all say all kinds of things. You little bastard, darn your time. Look here, you little hoodlum. Look, you little turd. Kids gonna take those words exactly the same exact way. Whether you can disagree all you want to. A kid at 3 years old is not going to know what the word, they don't know what the N-word means, but what they will feel are your intentions. What they will see are your facial expressions. They will see all that, and when you make a mean face, they're gonna hear your tone, and that's what can cause a kid to become scared. That's what can cause a kid to want to start to cry. That's what can cause a kid to become fearful and anxious, is when they hear your tone, when they see your facial expression, they see your body language. But for her just to drop the N-word, that little 3-year-old don't know what that lady talking about. That 3-year-old kid does not know what that woman is talking about. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Because I need to give you a little setup. You know what else happened? Growing up in the hood and stuff like that, we had these roasting contests, right? We would roast each other. And back in the 80s and 90s, we called it joning. We joning on each other, right? Did y'all know that a lot of times, and you can tell some of y'all to watch my live video because y'all know I will flame people back. And when I know that we're no longer trying to have a really decent conversation and you start throwing shots, I'll go right at you and start throwing shots right back, because it's not that I'm doing it to actually put you down. I just know that the conversation is not going anywhere. And if you want to start throwing shots at me, I'll throw them right back at you, right? So the reason why I'm saying it is this. We used to have these roasting contests in the hood. And whenever I got the best of somebody, you know what they would do? They go, yo mama, yo mama. And everybody would go, ooh, he said your mama. Based off of my personality, how I think, I was like, what? Like, what does that mean? What? I don't get it. Dude, he said your mama. You don't never let nobody say your mama. I'm like, but I don't get it. It wasn't funny. I mean, we're roasting. So saying your mama is like a, what? I don't get it. He talking about your mama. I'm like, I don't get it though. What's supposed to happen? I mean, did I win? I was so confused. I'm up here, y'all know the old school roasting things. Back in the 80s, they were really funny, but you say them now they're kind of corny. We were saying things like, your mama's so fat, she sat on $1 and made 4 quarters. And everybody, yo mama, ooh. Okay, what? No, you don't let nobody say your mama, bro. If somebody says your mama, man, those are fighting words. So I gotta fight him because he said your mama? Like what? So, okay. So, with that being said, I want y'all to remember that story I just told you, and I want you to hold that thought for a reason, right? And it's a reason why. Remember me telling you guys that story, and I want y'all to hold on to it when the whole crowd was, oh, you don't let nobody, oh boy, he said your mama, those are fighting words, you need to, bro, you don't never let, that's dog, I'm like, I'm lost, like, I don't get it, y'all. Why y'all want me to fight the dude because he said my mama? Because you don't let, and then they would get pissed off at me because I wasn't getting mad. I'm like, I thought the whole purpose of this was us to be roasting each other, so I'm gonna let y'all know, hit the thumbs up button, because this is getting ready to go right into what happened on the Piers Morgan show, okay? This happened on the Piers Morgan show, and I'm telling you right now, man, it got hot. And he had a guest on here who I don't even care too much for, because this fool, he goes on what is this? He goes on Candace Owens show. Wait, can y'all see that? Y'all see Lamont Hill right there? You see Lamont? He's gonna lose it. He's on Piers Morgan show and he is going to lose it. And let me know when I play this video a little bit. You guys, let me know. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Let me know if you can hear it real quick, okay?
You seem to be a lot of inconsistencies in Mr. Wells' position.
Can y'all hear that?
Donning a Christian hat when it suits them, but then removing it when it doesn't.
I think it's definitely tough to make the call here and there and where to censor. I err on the side of
okay. So I'm gonna check my stream. Okay, you guys say you can't hear, right? Appreciate that, Red. So let me do something here real quick to where, because I'm definitely gonna get it to where you guys can hear this. Okay, you are definitely going to be able to hear it. Let me see what we're looking like on the StreamYard. Okay, there we go. Boom, bam. Okay, when I press this play button again, let me know if you guys can simply hear it. Okay, here we go again.
Not censoring as much as possible, but I agree with you that the selectivity of having issues with abortion, but not with these campaigns is. Okay,
what about now? Can you guys hear it now? To those of you that are looking at me from the studio, if I'm looking you straight in your face right now, can y'all hear it now? Okay, Deplorable Garbage says, yep. He says, yep. Okay, appreciate it. Okay, it's low and muffled. Well, let me try to get it to where it might be a little closer. Let me see. I might have to lower you guys down a little bit, okay? So bear with me here, to you that are right here. I might have to lower y'all down, get y'all a little closer. Let me get you a little closer to the speaker, okay? Y'all all in my face. Get out of my face. No. Let's see if I can turn it up a little bit more so you guys can hear it. If not, it'd be probably best for you to go over to my studio version of where I'm streaming this from. But I got the volume jacked up. But watch this, okay? Here we go. Let's get into this.
Is certainly a problem. Hate this argument that because some people were tribal, we should be tribal too. And shouldn't we want to live in a society where we say tribalism is bad in general and negative in general, and so therefore we should be erring towards individualism and not fighting tribalism with more tribalism? I think that's a net negative.
I agree. Myron, your last words on this.
Okay. Oh, yes, I never got to respond to Myron's other.
The thing with tribalism, it's a natural human instinct. Like, we are literally designed to want to be in communities and want to be a part of a set of community because it ensures our survival. It's been that way since the beginning of time. So the thing is that people are typically going to align with people that share similar features. And that's why we have the tribalism we have going on right now. So the problem is, it's not going to go anywhere. I think the problem is that we've had this penting up for literally decades, and this.
Keep listening, folks, because it's gonna go into. This
has been a response.
What went down?
You have people that are coming out and supporting someone who you guys might deem as a terrible racist, but I think it's also very important to understand how we got here, because if we're going to look at the smaller problem, we can't look at the bigger problem, and it's what I said before: unchecked systemic.
All right, Mark Lamont Hill, your last words on this.
This repeated use of the word, I think, first of all, I want to just register that as offensive, particularly someone who doesn't identify as a member of that community.
Look at Myron. Look at Myron. Look, he's laughing. Black guy right here. Let me make this a little bigger. I'm gonna make this a little bigger for y'all. Look at Myron. He's laughing. Because Lamont Hill always have this victim mentality with a lot of stuff. It would be hard for me to have a conversation with him and take anything that he says serious anyway, because Lamont Hill literally was in front of Candace Owens' face and said men can get pregnant, and he said men can have periods. Man, come on.
Community and who is not, just register that as offensive.
Watch this.
Particularly someone who doesn't identify as a member of that community and who is not, right? I think that's incredibly.
I'm the definition of African American. I'm the definition of African American.
And troublesome, and to as a Sudanese American or an outsider who's using African American in a very technical term, the same way that Elon Musk is an African American, I think it is a bit disingenuous. But the big.
So now Myron is not black. He's not black because he got immigrant parents from Sudan. He's black. He's a black man in America, but he don't count as black. And Lamont is trying to oust him because of the fact that Myron doesn't buy into the victim mentality. It's amazing how black folks do this.
Bigger issue here, I think, is that, you know, this idea of equating of one side to the other side often loses track of this issue of power. To use this example, when black people stand up and say, hey, let's build our own stuff. Hey, let's have a black power movement. That is not the same as a white power. I'll let you speak uninterrupted. Let me finish, please. My Sudanese brother. So when a black person says, hey, let's preserve our culture, I have no problem with Italians or Irish people or anyone else saying, let's preserve our culture. But when we don't talk about ethnicity, but actual race, and white people say, let's preserve whiteness, it's an exclusionary practice. It's about preserving laws and practices and tactics that do harm to other people.
So now they get pissed. Now listen to that. They get pissed off. Black people get pissed off when they say, wait a minute, y'all don't speak for us. You don't speak for us. So now you being a black man, you speaking for white people now. You see what I'm saying? You cannot have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. We would do that all day long. Last time I checked, I'm black. You're not. You don't speak for black people. But now here he is on here saying when white people do it, it's for so you know why white people do what they do, because you're in white people's head. This is what I'm saying. It's so amazing that the very thing that a lot of them accuse white people of doing, they are literally doing it themselves. They're saying it themselves. Listen to this again.
Exclusionary practice. It's about preserving ethnicity, but actual race. Italians or Irish people or anyone else saying let's preserve our culture. But when we don't talk about ethnicity, but actual race, and white people say let's preserve whiteness, it's an exclusionary practice. It's about preserving laws and practices and tactics that do harm to other people. A Black Power movement was about opening stores and building businesses.
Negro, please. Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter was like, find me one movement that generated that much wealth, that much income, then Black Lives Matter. Find me a movement that generated $90 million. And you're talking about, are you serious? What did they build? What did Black Lives Matter build? What did they contribute to black people, period? But listen to what he says right here.
Harm to other people.
Listen to this.
Black Power movement was about opening stores and building businesses.
No, it was about burning stores and burning down businesses. Negro, please. I told y'all, we on a whole different element now. I had a time in my life, guys. It's times where the Bible talk about a time to pray, time for mercy, time for grace, time to, y'all know what I'm talking about. Time. Right now, I'm not in the position right now to where I'm like, okay, let me be a little bit. No, I never have been anyway, but I'm more just calling out the crazy bull crap, because the fact that you're talking about when black people have a movement, it's more about building. It's more about bringing businesses. No, when there was a black movement during Black Lives Matter and all that, it was all about doing the opposite, burning stuff down, tearing stuff down. And the very places that they did it at was black neighborhoods. Change my mind. Prove me wrong. The heck out of here. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button. If you're on your phone, double tap the screen. I'm gonna go back into listening to this. Got me hot in here.
A white power movement was a white power. That's the giga. A white power movement was about something very, 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 very different. A white power movement included lynchings, it included Ku Klux Klan, etc. But
it doesn't now. Y'all, look, let's just keep it real. Y'all, let's keep it real. We're talking about now, Negro. What about what white people are doing now? Y'all don't, let's keep it real. I don't care. You can disagree with me all you want to. I do not care. What do black people have on white people now? Well, y'all used to lynch us. Y'all used, no, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, whatever. Used to. And those people that did that are not alive. Neither are the people they did it to are alive. So what are you talking about? All you can go off of is what they did in the past, people that you don't even know, you would never see, things that you were never part of. You're going to go back and use that as your argument for right now? What are white people doing right now, Lamont? Why'd you come onto this white man's show then, Lamont? Why did you come onto this white man's program, Lamont? How did you get where you at right now, Lamont? Because I guarantee you wasn't no black folks that did it. You're black. You're black, Lamont. And I guarantee you the places that you came up through and in were owned by white people. And I guarantee most likely they had to be some liberals. Because no person in their right mind would have someone like you working for them when you're tearing down white people. So when white people do it, it consists of what? No, we talking about what are white people doing right now? Don't tell me about what they did do. We all know that. But what are they doing right now? Got me up here hot.
Let's not pretend that these are opposite sides of the same coin. When white people say, let's save our country, and even using the language of our country, when black people built this thing, when you say that, you're talking about forcing people out of the country. You're talking about laws that discriminate. You're talking about doing harm to people. Let's not pretend these are the same thing. Just like these GoFundMe campaigns are not the same thing. I'm okay if everybody gets out of the GoFundMe industrial complex. I'd love that. But let's not pretend that supporting someone for a fair trial is the same thing as supporting a grown white woman berating and calling the N-word to a 5-year-old autistic Black child.
Oh, okay, he was 5 and he's autistic. Oh, look, I'm not saying this makes it even better, but that 5-year-old autistic child definitely don't know what that lady said to him. I guarantee that autistic child don't know what that N-word means. That makes it even better.
And the fact that everyone in here can't be unanimous in condemning that says exactly how they're not the same.
I totally agree. I'm going to go to Liverpool and just ask you one more time. I mean, you've been so unashamedly proud of being a racist today.
Yeah, he's talking about Lamont Hill.
I'm proud of using the N-word whenever you feel like it.
No, he's talking about the white lady. I'm sorry.
You've had a bit of time to think about this. Is that how you want people to leave this panel debate? With thinking of you as a disgusting racist?
I don't really care what people think about me. As long as you care about what people think about you, you have no power and you lose your country. What I care about is freedom of speech. And if you're not allowed to say the most offensive things in this country, you do not have freedom of speech. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree. You hear that? I completely agree. You should have the freedom to say what you want to, but you got to understand that freedom, let's just keep it real. Freedom of what you're saying is going to have consequences. Words can hurt. Words can cause people to have a physical reaction. Words cause some of y'all to be locked up in your houses for 4 years. Words cause a lot of y'all to put diapers on your face. Words caused a lot of you guys to not allow your own family members to come over to your house if they didn't have the Fauci out your hokey pokey clot shot. Words cause some of you to completely disown your family because they wouldn't show you a vax card. So words can be powerful, but words should not be limited. Words should not be censored. Freedom of speech, period. That's what it's all about. And you know what? What this lady did and what she said, it might be the very thing to bring all of this to the table so we can talk about it on both sides, period. But keep on watching. And you guys right here that's watching me from the side, keep on listening because it's going to get hot. This is about to get it's about to get hot. Watch this, or listen. You guys listen. Watch this.
So that's the main crux of this situation. That's what I care about with this situation. It is, we have lived for far too long in a country where you can have your life destroyed. And people say, oh, she doesn't need this money. Her life's destroyed, by the way. She'll never be able to get another job. She's got children to have to support. And I don't want to live in a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, Black people can say things to white people all the time and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this.
Keep it 100, folks. That's facts. Complete facts. I would say, well, what she just got done saying, I would say that's like 80% facts. Because you can get in trouble for some things, especially if you're on a job. But to the extent of what white people would, absolutely not.
I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly. And you will not have
say it.
Look.
You will not have
go on, say go on.
See, Piers like, okay, well, since you believe that, go ahead and say the N-word then. Go and say it. But watch this. Listen, folks.
Say the N-word. Go on.
No. I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here. You and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do, but we already know she's racist, and I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you, and I accept that.
And I don't want Uncle Tom on the left here.
What?
There's a bunch of white people up here. You and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a.
I'm confused. So you get pissed off because Piers pretty much like, okay, lady, if you believe in freedom of speech, say the N-word right now. And then Lamont flips out. He flipped out. And then guess what he said? What's even more crazy is that Lamont said, I'm the only nigga up here. That he literally said that on the show. They blinked it out, but he said, I'm the only nigga on here. What? Do you know how oxymoronic that sounds? Piers, why would you invite that lady to say the N-word? Knowing that I'm the only nigga on here. What? Bruh! You and then it gets even better. Because look what he calls another black man.
Say the N-word, go on.
A racially harmful term to me because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it.
Listen.
So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here, you and one Uncle Tom on the left here.
So if you didn't know this, when I just mentioned the word Uncle Tom, remember I told you guys, I said, hold that thought? When I told you I had no idea what the word Uncle Tom meant. Uncle Tom, in our time right now, literally is used as a racial slur towards black people from black people. It literally is with the intent of the same way that somebody calls somebody the N-word. That's the intent of what black people call individuals like me that word for. It's the equivalence of a white person calling me the N-word. Because guess what? At one of my events, a white person said Uncle Tom to me, and the black folks about lost their mind. You Negroes use Uncle Tom the same way you use nigga. You do. I can all day long. What's up, nigga? Oh, this nigga tripping. Hey, man. Hey, I ain't going on that side. Don't go on the south side of Chicago over there on East Garfield, man. Those niggas over there were straight. They packing heat. Them niggas packing heat. We'll say that all day long to each other. White person say the N-word, all of a sudden, oh. Black people, you call me Uncle Tom, house Negro, porch Negro, but let a white person call me Uncle Tom, house Negro, and porch Negro. Y'all lose your minds the same exact way. You do. So what are we talking about? Not only did he just make himself look like an oxymoron, but then it's also, he's a hypocrite, because you don't want no white person calling you the racial slur, the N-word, but yet you're calling a black man right next to you the equivalence of a N-word, but only black people can use that. What is that? What is that? That's why I say a lot of that stuff is just pure hypocritical. It's just pure hypocritical. And anyone that acts like hearing the N-word, a white person calling a black person the N-word, or anything like that of the sort, let's keep it 100% real. You really don't care. You really don't care. You don't care. And so let me go ahead and go back into the story I told you guys earlier, right? I'm gonna do something here real quick, okay? The story that I was telling you guys earlier about when I was young and we used to have those roasting contests, and I told you guys, I would be roasting somebody up, and then they would say, yo mama, and everybody, oh, he said yo mama, oh no, you can't let him. I'm confused. So let me show y'all how I'm tying it into this very story right here. Let's say months down the road, you know, we at school, things like that, having a nice little roasting contest again, right? I'm roasting some dude, right? He says, yo mama. All of a sudden, I got pissed off. I got mad. Oh yeah, we about to throw them hands now. You said my mama. No, we about to throw them hands now. What's up? Oh, what's up? We about to throw hands now. But months before that, I didn't even know what that's supposed to mean. What do you mean your mama? Oh, because Ty, he said your mama, because if somebody say your mama, you're supposed to respond with being angry, with being mad, and be ready to fight if somebody says your mama. Or they'll say something like your mammy. And no, you taking the shirt off. Oh, you ain't gonna talk about my mama. You ain't gonna talk about. We are getting ready to fight, because you want to know why? Black folks, Here's the deal. You tell me why, if you're listening, you tell me why in the beginning, when someone said, yo, mama Ty, and I didn't get upset, I didn't get mad, I didn't care. You tell me that when I first started getting into this world of politics, when folks started calling me a word or a slur that I didn't even know anything about, you tell me why I didn't respond with anger, why I didn't respond with being mad. Why didn't I respond with being mad when somebody called me Uncle Tom? Why didn't I respond when somebody called me a house Negro or a porch Negro? Why didn't I respond when I was a kid when somebody said your mama? Why didn't I respond initially? Why? Tell me why. The reason why I didn't respond is because I wasn't taught to respond. The reason why I didn't respond is because I was ignorant to what that was supposed to be. I was ignorant that it's supposed to hurt, even though it didn't hurt, even though it was non-affecting me, but somebody told me that it's supposed to be though. And then I told y'all earlier, when I didn't respond, like he said, my mama, what is that supposed to mean? When I didn't get triggered, when I didn't get mad, when somebody said your mama, when I didn't get mad, when they called me Uncle Tom, because I didn't know, when I didn't get mad, they got more pissed off at me because they said I should get mad. You're supposed to get upset. You're supposed to fight, Ty. You're supposed to get pissed off. You're supposed to snap, dude, when somebody says that. And I'm like, why? I thought we were roasting each other here. We talk about each other all the time. So I'm trying to figure this whole thing out, ladies and gentlemen. So some of you in here right now, some of y'all can disagree. Y'all got me in there like I'm preaching at my church. Y'all can disagree with me. It's fine. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is probably 90% right unless you were in your late 90s or 100 years old. Most black people, y'all not gonna like this, and I don't care. I never have. I've always been like this since I was a kid. Black folks, most of you get pissed off at someone saying the N-word is because you were told to get pissed off when somebody says the N-word, but they have to be white when they say it. Prove me wrong. If you are black in here right now, you tell me who and when did you come to a realization that saying the N-word was wrong? Where did it come from? You know how people say, where were you when Kennedy got shot? Where were you when the Twin Towers fell? Negroes, black folks, answer your brother this. I mean, I know I'm skin folk, but I ain't kin folk. But could you answer me? Where at in your life did you all of a sudden have an epiphany that saying nigga was supposed to be triggering, supposed to make you get pissed off, supposed to make you go crazy, supposed to make you, oh man, because of what they did to our ass. Who taught you that? Where did it come from? And then you know what happened? Most of you that don't have the intellect to even have this discussion with me, you know what you would do? You would just get pissed off. Oh, here go another chucking Uncle Tom, tap dancing coon, porch monkey, boot licking, house Negro, white person loving. Oh, I bet your wife is white. That's all you got? Because I'm asking you a question. Where were you in your life where all of a sudden the black ancestral spirit came from the grave of the slave boat and jumped in you and go, nobody ever should be calling us that. You calls us the nigga, you's gonna be in a whole heap of troubles now. Don't you go calling us those Negroes now. You don't do that now. You don't show enough do that. I take your body and chunk you on across the road over there. And you gonna get now calls me that now. Where were you in your life? And I know y'all know it's funny. But every time I go somewhere and I ask certain black people, give me a timestamp in your life where it became that word supposed to have so much meaning, it's supposed to have so much power over you that your response is supposed to be to get pissed off, get ready to fight, start freaking rioting and destroying your own neighborhoods, tearing up stores and stuff in your neighborhood. Like, make that make sense to me. Call me what you want to. I do not care. I used to be one of you Negroes. I used to be just as ignorant. I used to get pissed off if somebody white said the N-word because I was taught to get pissed off if somebody said the N-word and they happen to be white. Because if you never say anything to anyone about that word while they're growing up, they won't even care, just like I didn't. You know what the heck an Uncle Tom is? I didn't know what Uncle Tom was. And no matter what, when I did find out what Uncle Tom meant, it still was a non-effect because I didn't care. I'm like, because I know your intentions is to throw insults at me because of the intellectual conversation that I'm having, and because your brain, you don't have the intellectual capacity to rebuttal what I'm saying. So your defense mechanism that you've been taught to do is either violence or start throwing out insults. That's all you got? You're not better than that, Negro? I'm talking to black folks, and I'm talking to you white liberals. And some of y'all white liberals, y'all buying, y'all, you don't even know it. You are actually making it worse for black folks. You are making it worse. Y'all are making it absolute worse. Act like y'all know what it's like, whatever, like that, do all this dumb stuff, and then y'all actually feeding into it with y'all, oh, it's our fault. If we never would have came to this country, if we never, any of y'all that think like that and you're white and you're liberal, how about y'all go back then? Oh yeah, y'all weren't here. You know, you do know that black people too. All the stuff about you white liberals, oh, we took their land. I don't see any of y'all going back over to Caucasian. Huh? I don't see any of you guys going back to where you came from. I don't see y'all going over there to Eastern Europe. I don't see y'all going back. Black folks, man, this country's systemic racist, man. Oh my mama, I swear to God, I hate it here, man. Man, they brought us over here in chains, man, from our own motherland. We don't even got our own language no more. Negro, go back to Africa. I bet you none of y'all jump on. White liberals, you won't get on the boat. Black Negroes, you won't get on the boat to go back. So now that you know, and now that I know, and we all know, none of you are ever going to go back to Africa, black Negroes. None of you Caucasian white people, liberals, you're not going to go back across seas where you came from either. So now that we know that, shut up. Because quite frankly, honestly, I'm trying to help y'all. When everybody in America goes back to their home and they see y'all out there crying and they see y'all out there hooting and hollering, you know what most Americans are thinking? So what? I mean, I don't hate to break it to you. I love telling y'all the truth. Most Americans are like, so the freaking what? The woman said the N-word, life goes on. The woman said a white woman said the N-word. Don't act like you never heard black people say the N-word. We say it all day long to each other. It just can't come from a white person. You really think that the biggest purchasers of music are white people? Rap music, that is. Oh, you didn't know that, huh? The biggest purchasers of hip-hop music are white people. You really think that when white people are rapping these songs that they're not saying the N-word? You know what? I need to ask my son. Y'all know that song, oh my God. Y'all know that song? It has that love. Okay, look. I might have some young people in here listening right now. Who is that rapper? He has that song that goes like, it's like, pull out the I got the I'm gonna get lazy. Y'all know what I'm talking about? What song is that? Because I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something right here, right now, to show y'all how people really do not care about that word. You only care about it when somebody tells you to care about it. You only respond when they tell you to respond. You know good and well that now that that lady has said what she said, life is gonna go on. You're gonna go to work. You're gonna work around white people. You're gonna get your paycheck. You're gonna pay your bills. You're gonna go on with your life. You're gonna drive your car. You're gonna go on vacation. It's not going to impede your life at all that this woman said that word. Let me see. I'll look it up right now. I think in the song it says something like, I will never sell my soul. I bet you my son knows it. What is that song called? Y'all don't know it? Okay, Roddy Ricch. Okay, watch this. I'm going to show y'all something here. Roddy Ricch. Okay, watch this. Roddy Ricch was in Roddy Ricch. Oh my God, I think he was in Britain. Oh, I hope this is it. Okay. Here we go. I wish I could look on the phone. I wish I could show y'all this. Okay, you know what? I know what I'll do. Let me do something here. Watch this. Look at all those white people there, okay? Some of y'all are right here. Look, I'm gonna show y'all something. Check this out. Look at all these white people here. Look at all these white people here. Okay? Tons of white people at this black man's rap concert. Let's see what they say, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the words. Listen. What? Wait a minute. Hold on now. Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? Huh? Y'all, I'm gonna do it again. Watch, keep listening. What? Look at them. Look at them. White people are, oh, do y'all see all those? Look, now you talking about systemic racism. You want to talk about systemic racism? What do you call that? We're going to go back to it on. Watch, look. Sing this shit. She what? She sucked the what song? All these white people are saying that? Here we go again. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, some of y'all gonna get mad at this. Y'all gonna get mad. But I'm gonna tell you right now, that is absolutely beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. I know y'all not gonna like that. That is absolutely beautiful. You know what? That's just driving my point home even more. We're gonna listen to it more. I know some of y'all don't like rap, but the whole purpose is not about it liking rap. The whole purpose is, like I told you guys. Well, like I told you guys, white people are the biggest purchasers of rap music. This dude is over like in Britain. I don't know where he is. London. I'm sorry. This is Roddy Ricch had a crowd in London. All these white people in the crowd. 99.9% of the crowd is white. And they're saying what? Correct me if I'm wrong, that drummer was black too, right? How come he ain't tripping over these white people all saying nigga? Here we go. There go some white people. Look at these white people saying nigga. Guys, where's the outrage? Huh? Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. They didn't put the hard R on there. They didn't put the hard ER on there, right? Is that what it is? This is what I'm talking about right now. This is what I'm talking about right now, ladies and gentlemen. When I tell you guys that things like this is absolutely 100% taught, that proves my point right there. You can say what you want to. I do not care. The reason why you get offended, black people in 2025, if you are my age, if you are in, I don't care, you could be in your, I'll give you 50. If you are 50, I'll go further than that. If you are 50 and under, the reason why you are offended at that word, most likely is because you were told to be offended at that word. I just showed y'all a video of something that brings us all together called music. That was absolute, y'all. I know a lot of y'all don't like rap. That's fine. That was absolutely beautiful to see black and white people coming together, enjoying apparently an awesome concert, an awesome song. And nobody gave a good goddamn don't care about, oh, they said the N-word. Because you would have thought with all those white people, when he said, tell them white that, it would have went silent. No, you know what I'm saying? So let's stop the bull crap, folks. That woman calling that child the N-word was only wrong simply because you shouldn't be calling the child anything derogatory. I don't care, like I told you guys earlier, I don't care if she called him a little bastard, a little whippersnapper. I don't care if she called him a snot-nosed dirt rag. I don't care what the lady called him. Saying something like that to a kid, in my opinion, is completely wrong. So no, if you think that you're about to get something out of me to where I'm about to get up here and get ticked off about somebody saying the N-word, I don't care. Have I ever been called the N-word by a white person in my life? Yeah. I was on a rotation, one of my residency rotation, right? And when I was on it, what ended up happening is that there was a man who was in his, I think he had to be, I think Mr. Barrett was maybe 101. And what he said when I came into his room and I had to do some sounds, listen to the sounds of his lungs with a stethoscope, he said, is that big old black nigga gonna come over here and touch me? And I said, yes, sir, I am. But you shouldn't talk to him like that. That's my personality. That's my personality. And I pointed at the white clinician that was standing next to me when I said that. I said, yes, sir, I am. But yeah, he ain't gonna touch you though. I ain't gonna let him touch you though. So I'm just saying, didn't get to me. And he just went, oh, all right, but make sure the thing is not cold. I listened to the man lung sounds, went on about our business. And guess what ended up happening? I ended up actually talking to that man quite a bit. See, I'm different. Because unless you go down this road of understanding and knowing why people do the things that they do or say the things that they say, black people, this is going to be a hard one for some of y'all to swallow. Some of y'all white liberal suit, even some of y'all that might be in the middle. This might be hard for you guys to understand and hard for y'all to swallow. But unless you do what I did, I understand why you wouldn't be able to understand what I'm about to tell you. That man became my patient for the next 8 weeks. Okay? I literally had a conversation. And some of y'all thought you broke HIPAA laws. I didn't tell you the man's real name. That's not his name. You think I'm going to tell you his name? He's dead anyway, by the way. Let me tell y'all something. I asked that man, why do you say that? Like, I'm just telling myself, it doesn't offend me that you're saying that. I said, but where did you get that from? He was like, well, that's what you guys are, aren't you? I said, what do you mean? I said, like, tell me what happened. When did you? So guess what? 8 weeks, I got to hear this man tell me how what we would look at and what we would think of as being a racist. I got to listen to this man tell me how he ended up using the N-word. You know what happened? He was taught to use it. He was taught to use the N-word. When he was a little kid, he went to school with all white people. And then he said, how come we can't go to school with them over there? The parents like, who? He said, I was just pointing, say those people right there. And he said his parents would be like, oh, the N-words? And he was like, what? They're like, oh yeah, you don't go to school with N-words. So guess what? As a kid, he was just taught that those people are N-words. He was like, I had no hate, like just like even now, he's 100-some years old. He said, he's never had no hate towards black people. But all his life, since he was a kid growing up, his parents told him that people that look like that are called N-words. He's like, I never treated them wrong. I was polite. I would get in trouble if I tried to befriend them. I would get in trouble if I tried to help one of them. I would get in trouble if I liked one of them. He told me about a black woman that he liked, but it was frowned upon, so he couldn't do it. He went on with his life, married a beautiful white woman, had beautiful kids, had beautiful grandkids, had beautiful great-grandchildren, and then he had 3 great-great-grandchildren. But to sit there and hear this man tell me this story, not only for people that I speak to on this, but for the community itself, it kind of changed me a little bit like, oh, shoot. So when people say things like racism comes from a place of hate, most of the time, the main way that you can end up hating someone is if someone did something to you relationship-wise to make you hate them. Listen to me. Because that man did not dislike black people. He didn't hate black people. He was just told since he was a child that people who were dark like that were called N-words. Now imagine if I would have been like, I ain't gonna see this man no more. No, I'm not. He don't care if he is on my caseload. I'm not seeing this man. He called me the N-word. But because of my mind and how I operate, and I like to get to the bottom of things, just think in medicine, you want to know what the etiology of something is. You want to get to the bottom of it. You want to know where it started from and what the prognosis may be of it. So that's what I did. I applied those same scientific medical methods to this man. How did this happen? How did you get like that? So what I'm saying is this. Some of y'all gonna have a hard time understanding this. That man became like a friend before we discharged him. He became like a friend. I would shake this man's hand when he got out the hospital, everything like that. I gave this man a hug and everything. And then you know what he said? He said, talking with you all these 8 weeks, I told him my life story, how I grew up, how I came up in Chicago and Central Illinois, the things that I went through as a young man and all this and that. He said, I never had the opportunity to talk to anybody black my entire 100 years on this earth like I have you, Ty. He said, I'm 100-some years old, and you opened my eyes to so much stuff, and I feel really bad. I never would have known these things had you not talked with me, Ty. I was just always told to avoid black people. And that's what he said. For the first time in my 100 years, I will never for the rest of my life refer to black people as N-words. But that's what he was told. He stayed, I'm not going to tell y'all where he lived at either, somewhere. And guess what? It wasn't the South. It wasn't the South. So now here's my thing. Black folks, if y'all are in here and you listen to me right now, listen to this. The same exact way that white man who's 100-something years old was told to use the N-word and refer to black people as the N-word, the same way he didn't have his hate in his heart, the same way he became what most of us will refer to as a racist, is the same way you became what you are in regards to responding to the N-word. Somebody taught you that. Somebody told you that. Somebody told you that when a white person in particular says this word, this is how you are supposed to respond. Someone told you that. Someone told you that somebody who is white and black and what you call biracial use the N-word, that's okay. Somebody told you that if somebody black uses a racial slur like that towards black people and they're black, it's a non-effect. It's ridiculous, folks. Freedom of speech is exactly what it should be. freedom of speech, but you have to understand that you exercising your freedom of speech, it can and it will have consequences. Period. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, all day long, you won't be able to get close to offending me by calling me anything. Number one, I don't know you. I don't know you. Personally, I don't know most of y'all on there. I don't know you personally. Most people on here right now, I don't personally know you guys. The only way that you can offend me, and I hope some of y'all listen to this, the only way that you can offend me and the only way that I can be offended is only by people that I love. Uh-oh. That's it. The only way I'm going to get offended and can be offended is only by people that I love. Otherwise, regular folks I meet out, talk to, associate with, I don't care what you call me. And you know what? What's amazing is that it has the same exact effects that I told you guys about. If you've been listening to me, it has the same exact type of effects that I told you guys that it had whenever I was a kid. And when somebody said, yo mama, and when I didn't respond, like, okay, my mama, ooh, they got more triggered. When black folks call me porch Negro, house Negro, bootlicker, coon, tap dancer, house Negro, when they call me Uncle Tom, and I'm like, oh, okay, they get more pissed. It's amazing. You get more triggered that I'm not getting triggered over you trying to insult me to get triggered. They try their best. I'm trying to help some of y'all. They will try their best. That's why you this. I bet you married to a white woman. I bet you did. I bet, yeah, go on back and be with your white people. You trying to be accepted by, hey, okay, keep on going. Come on, keep it going. Get it out, brother. Get it out, sister. Come on, get it out. Get it all out your system. Yes, I'm a disgrace to the race. Yes, come on. Get it all out. You're done? Now what? What else do you have? What else do you have? I'll tell you what. If you sat there and told me right now that in a matter of a week that I can generate about 700K if I use a racial slur towards white people, oh my God. Set me up a GoFundMe right now. I will go out and do it. I will go to a park and call a little white autistic kid a white racial slur. And I'm probably going to raise approximately 50 cents because we can't, black people, we can't even do that. You want to know why? You want to know why we can't do it, black people? Because we are the only ones out in America, out in public, technically, that has real freedom of speech. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong in how black people aren't the only ones that really can go around with freedom of speech. We can say what we want to, call anybody what we want to, and nothing will happen, which is why I won't raise any money if I go and call a little white kid a racist slur. What if I went to a little white kid and say, you little, quit acting like a Slav? White people are going to be like, okay. See what I'm saying? What if I did that? I'm going to raise 50 cents. Hey, y'all, I need y'all to donate to my GoFundMe because y'all know, look, I call a little white autistic kid a Slav and, I need some money. I need some money to, please y'all. But guess what? The only way a black Negro like me gonna raise some money is if I unalived somebody. If I took somebody's life, then I can raise some money. Huh? If I unalive somebody, then I can raise some money. If I get in a car and go run over a random white police officer, then the black community is going to have my back because I'm acting exactly like the word that lady called that child. Y'all don't even get it. It's too deep for some of you to understand it. Ty, what? You heard me. If I go get in the car, randomly run over a white cop, black people gonna jump behind me. If I go to a track meet with a knife, get into it with a white kid, and I stab him, the black community is gonna have my back. If I'm running in a track meet and I'm a bonquisha baton bearing bully and I bash a girl upside her head that looks just like me, the black community is gonna support me. And then if you are called what we equate acting like a nigga by a white person, oh, it's on now, huh? Oh, it's on now. But black people of a certain mindset, you guys praise this nonsense. And it is absolutely absurd. It's absolutely ridiculous. It is disgusting. And then you think that you calling me Uncle Tom and they not like us, you ain't like us. You think that's an insult? Negroes, that's an upgrade. I graduated from you. That's what you equate that to? Me being in medicine. Next month, I will be married 24 years. Got a 23-year-old son, a 21-year-old son. Got a successful personal mentorship program. Okay? I can show y'all rewards all day long, huh? I can show y'all rewards all day long that I've received from the NAACP before I start speaking out on YouTube. I can show y'all me being in the Hall of Fame right now. I can show you all that. Coming from the ghetto, coming from the hood, coming from the streets. I can show you all that. And it's not good enough at all. You want to know why? Because I need to have baby mamas? Because I need to be a deadbeat black dad? Because I need to sag my pants? Because I need to be a victim? I need to be a victim? I need to be talking like, yeah, now, you know what I'm saying, man, on God, man, on God, bro, on God, man. I swear to God, on my kids, man, I swear to God, nigga, man, on my mom, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, man, niggas be tripping out here, man. I swear to God, let nigga run up on me, he gonna catch that heat. I'm just saying, man. You know what I'm saying? And on my gun, I swear to God, I got it, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta switch on that, bro. Because I don't talk like I used to talk like that hood talk. And then you equate that to being black, to being a real black person, to being hood. That's what y'all, when you say I'm not like y'all, I'm skin folk, but I ain't kin folk, what are you comparing it to? When you want to sit there and tell me that you took my black card, then you get pissed off because I show you this. Huh? You get pissed off when I show you that? Huh? You get pissed off when I show you that white privilege card, huh? I told you, I will flame you right back. You want to know why? Because black people, when you listen to me, you have nothing in regards to a legit argument to why you get upset if anybody says that N-word. Give me a legit reason. Because they called our ancestors. Who cares what they call dead people? I don't care. Now what? Now that I don't care, now what am I going to do with my life? And let's for the sake of argument. Say for the sake of argument. If someone calls you the N-word and it does hurt your feelings, you're still going to go home to your situation. You do know that, right? If a white person calls a black person the N-word, what is that going to do to your life? Huh? I can't go on anymore. They called me a nigga. I can't go on no more. This is what's wrong with this world we live in. I ain't even going to go to work now. Somebody called me a nigga, man. I can't even go to work. I'm gonna just go out there, get some baby mamas. I'm gonna go out there, put some platinum and gold in my mouth. I'm gonna sag my pants, and I'm gonna act like a real nigga. You are a grown man. You are a grown woman. And at the end of the day, let's keep it real. I don't care who calls you a nigga. I don't care. You are still going to have to go home and deal with whatever issues is plaguing and keeping you from getting where you want to get. And it ain't the word nigga. It ain't a white person. It's not systemic racism. Negro, it's you. That's it. Man, I'm just saying, you saying all that, but I'm saying all that, but what? What is keeping you? This is what gets me a lot of times. People that want to argue with me on this, you know what I do? I tell them this. What do you want to do? I don't care what happened to you yesterday. I don't care who called you a name. I don't care about this one time when you tried to get a job and they looked at your name and they didn't hire you. I don't care about this one time when it was you and two candidates there and they picked a white. I don't care about that. Negro, what do you want to do right now with your life? That's all I want to know. What do you want to do with your life right now? And whatever it is, I will set you up with folks that you can network with to get where you want to get. Are we going to do that or not? Or are we just going to sit around and talk about, no, because I want to be heard. I want white people to validate me. I want white people to hear me. Why are you seeking validation from white people? And if white people do, like which they have, some of these idiot white folks, if they do come out and apologize, we're sorry about what boy, white people can't do enough. It doesn't even matter. If every last white person apologized for what happened during slavery, Negroes, it still won't be enough for you. Well, we still ain't got generational wealth. We built, and this, you know what? I know y'all getting pissed off at this so much. I don't care. We talking about it. I rarely go live this long, but since we talking about it, we're going to talk about it. Negroes, when you say we built this country, what do you mean? You mean to tell me y'all brought out hieroglyphics from Africa on how to build these structures that look like the old school Roman Empire in DC? Y'all came up with that? When you say we built this, because this country was built on the backs of our ancestors, who put the architecture together? Like who drew up the plans and built this? Because I'm trying to figure something out. If we, black folks, are so gifted in building this country, why aren't we building stuff right now? You Negroes can't even take those old school toys from the Lincoln log. Y'all remember the log cabin toys that you used to play with in the kindergarten? Y'all can't even build nothing with that. You're not even playing with Legos. Talking about we built this. You're not even playing with Legos. You're not even playing with briquettes. We built. I don't see any innovation coming out right now. We built this. No, let's just keep it real. When you say we built this, be more specific. White people drew up the plans, told you to move these stones, to put this there, do this, raise this up, grab this rope. That's what happened. But you didn't come up with the architecture in your mind and let me sit back and design some. I'm going to design some plans and this is how we're going to do. Stop. But you might get me and say, Ty, well, actually, Sir Charles Armistead, he is the architecture who built this, and he did this, and he did that, and he's the reason why the White House is there. We all say we built the White. See what I'm saying? When you say we built the White House, yeah, it's no different than construction. We were construction workers, but we didn't draw up the plans. We didn't draw up the blueprint. We didn't draw down the bird's eye view. We didn't give a transverse view. We were just the labor. So when you say things about building, why isn't it happening right now? If you really know a lot of stuff about what's going on in Washington, D.C., it's a reason why they want a lot of those monuments. It's a reason why they wanted that color white. It's a reason why they wanted the White House and places like that, the Capitol, to have the old school Roman Empire structure to it. We're not going to get into it, but a lot of stuff is played in a lot of witchcraft and everything, but I'm not going to get that deep into it. My thing is this. All I hear is complaining. about what we used to do, what we did, what we were, that makes it almost like we're nothing now. What are we now, Black people? What are we now? Can you tell me that? See, if I do go down the same road and I believe what y'all said, Black people, when y'all tell me, Ty, we did build this country. Look what we did over in Africa. Look at the pyramids. Look at the pyramid of Giza. Look at the Sphinx, man. We did all that, Ty. What does that mean about, okay, so what about, okay, thank you. What about now? What about now? We built this country, man. We built, look at these buildings we built. We did that. Okay, if I believe you, can you tell me why aren't you doing anything now? What is your complaining gonna do? And I'm trying to help you out and help you come to realizations. You are not going to get reparations. It's just not going to happen. And if you're able to accept that, then you're going to have to face what's keeping you back. See, because all this systemic racism, all of this CRT, critical race theory, that's supposed to be systems and structures put in place to benefit only white people. You believe in that? You believe that every white person that you see is racist? You believe that every white person that you encounter in a grocery store is looking at you because you a nigga? If you believe all of that, all you're going to do is use that as the excuse to why you aren't going anywhere. I want to, man, but it's playing my head. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's messing with my mind, bro. I can't even go out there and function even, man, because, you know, I'm worried about these white people. BS. Take away all those excuses that you make up to why you're not able to go and be and do what you want to do. Take away those excuses. Then what you know what you're left with? Negro, you're left with accountability. You're left with accountability. One thing that's not going to stop, and I'm trying to help y'all. One thing that is not going to stop, and it's the most valuable thing in the world, is time. Time does not care. Time is not racist. Time is not biased. Time is not going to wait on you. But one thing time is not going to stop being is time. And by the time you realize that you're not going to go anywhere, staying in the position that you are, being on a mental plantation, when you realize that you have not moved in 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you have not moved mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, physically, you haven't moved because you hanging on to something that never happened to you. That is one of the greatest evil subconscious mental plans I have ever seen in the history of my life. To where someone can make you feel like you are a victim of something that never happened to you. And here you are responding as if it did. That is a genius plan. Whoever came up with teaching you Negroes to be pissed off and mad about what happened to your ancestors, to keep you stagnant from growing and moving? Do you realize how much of an evil plan and of an evil stronghold that is on your mind? And the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because I keep telling y'all, I used to be one of you. And then I walked through an open door called opportunity, and it was open. I didn't even have to knock. I just walked right through, and I look back, oh, dang. It's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. I have accomplished everything that I wanted to. Everything that I set out to do that I wanted to do. Not what everybody else thought I should do. Not what everybody else feel I should do. I sought and set goals and wrote things down that I wanted to do in this one journey I get through this thing called life. I did that. I will be darned if I'm going to be an older man Old man looking back, wishing I had done something different, because sitting around complaining about our ancestors, we shall overcome, follow the drinking gourd. Let my people go. I mean, what the heck? You are going to die an old man, miserable, depressed, angry, anxious over something that never happened to you. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? You have been tricked. You have been deceived into one of the most powerful forms of mental witchcraft. You're pissed off over something that never happened to you. There's somebody that got killed in Chicago tonight. They're black. Will you be angry over what happened to them? No. There's somebody that lost their life from your motherland in Africa. Are you going to get pissed off about that? No, man, I can't go on now. They killing people in Africa. No. There are people that's going to be killed in Memphis, Tennessee tonight. Most likely. There are definitely going to be people most likely killed in St. Louis tonight. Are you going to be pissed off about some black people being killed tonight? Right now, in this time? Are you going to be pissed off about black people losing their life tonight? To where you can look back, what are you going to do? See what I'm saying? You look at me right now and say, man, that's stupid though. But yet, you are being told, and the message is being taught to you by white liberals who put this curricula in your elementary schools, in your middle schools, in your high schools, in your college, to do the very thing that's working on your black butt right now. Is to keep you there. Stay a victim, stay complaining. Oh, they'll tell, oh, protest. What do white liberals will get behind y'all? Oh, protest. Let them know they will back y'all up. They will be there with you. But when you look up, you're going to realize on a mental, spiritual, emotional level, you have been on a freaking treadmill. Oh, you're moving. Oh, you're walking. You're walking. You're moving. But the reality is you're not going anywhere. You have not gone anywhere. So imagine being on the treadmill, putting it on the incline, putting it on the decline, changing the miles per hour. 1 minute you're walking. 1 minute you're jogging. 1 minute you're running. 1 minute you're walking at a certain speed. That's all the work that you're putting into this situation that you're in right now. And you feel accomplished, but you have not gone anywhere. And this is exactly why I tell you. And some white liberals don't even know they're even doing it because they've been taught to do what they're doing too. Some of them don't even know they're doing it. But when they push you to do these things, you're going to realize down the road, you have not gone anywhere. You telling me, Ty, I did all this walking, I did all this sweating, I did all this jogging, I did all this running, and I look down, I'm in the same place. 50 years. Yes, Negro. That's the trick. That's how you've been deceived. I go back to the same hoods that I grew up in, and I see some of the same people that when I was a kid, they were teenagers. They talk this same exact way. They are still there. Yeah, man, I'm just working, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just working, man. I'm just working, bro. Yeah, man. I'm just working, man. No, I ain't been on really nothing, man. I'm just working, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get that change. Dude, I thought that you said that you was like, bro, when we was like in woodwork and stuff, bro, you was like killing it with the electrical stuff. I thought you was going to be an electrical engineer. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't, you know what I'm saying? You know how them white folks, oh, you still, bro, I'm 43, D, I'm 43 and you're 42. You still talking about what white people would do? Are you serious, bro? You know what? Stay on the treadmill. Stay on the treadmill. But you know what I'm doing to a lot of young folks and a lot of black people that are waking up to this? I'm telling them, look at this. Check this out. Watch what happens when I take you off of that mental treadmill. Watch what happens when I take you off the mental plantation. This time when you walk, you're going places. You actually are going places. You're looking around and you actually are moving You're moving. You're going places. You've been tricked. You've been deceived. Take heed to what I'm telling you, because I'm telling you, I work in medicine. I'm a director. I go to multiple facilities across Illinois, Missouri, Tennessee, and Florida all year round. This is what I do. SNFs, ALFs, skilled nursing facilities, assisted living facilities, supported living situations, hospitals, clinics. I cannot tell you guys about the amount of people that I've met. I cannot tell you about the amount of older people who are on their deathbeds and have certain regrets that they've done. And I'm just trying to help you right now who are listening. It is literally trying to swim against a current of an ocean that does not require any energy. You're going to just be swimming against this current, swimming. You're going to get exhausted. You're going to get burned out. The ocean is going to win. You're not going to beat the ocean. You're not going to beat the current. You won't. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to drown. You're going to die. That's exactly what a lot of you are doing with life right now. This nonsense that they're feeding you about how you should get offended, this nonsense they're feeding you about this systemic racism stuff, that's the reason why you stand, that's what's keeping you back. This nonsense that they're feeding you, that you can't get ahead because of your skin color. This nonsense that they're feeding you, that white people are looking for you, that white people are just this nonsense that they're feeding you, that's the equivalence of that ocean. You think that you're fighting against something, but you're not, because the ocean doesn't fight you. The ocean is just being the ocean. Those lies are not fighting you. You're fighting something that's not even worth fighting. You're going to lose. You're going to drown. You're going to die. You're going to get to the end of your life and realize the words that I'm saying to you right now. Yes, this me. You're going to get to the end of your life and wish that you had listened to what I'm saying to you right now. Some of y'all might be in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and you might have been thinking that same exact way. I'm telling you right now, you need to leave that ocean alone. Swim out of the current. Don't swim against the current. Swim out of the current. Then go where you want to go. You're going to lose. There is no sense in sitting around crying about what happened to us, what the white people did, but you won't have no smoke for what the black people did to you either. Okay, anyway. Well, all I want to know is, what do you want to do with your life right now? That's all. And that's why the kids that I mentor, the young men that I mentor that are 18, 19, in their 20s, young women as well, anyone that I mentor, I do not allow them to tell me anything about that BS. I don't want to hear about what happened to our ancestors. I don't want to hear none of that. I want to know, what can I do to get you on a track to becoming that engineer, to becoming that person with a trade, to becoming a doctor, to becoming a lawyer? If you want to be a mother, we can even help you with. If you just want to be a mother, be a housewife, take care of your family, have 6, 7 kids, get a husband. We help with all that. I want to know, what is it that you want? Don't tell me what people say you should do. Like they say you should get mad if somebody says this. They say you should get out there and march because they said something that did. No. At the end of the day, every last one of us have to go back to our own homes and deal with the real issue that's plaguing us up here. And it's not no racism. It's not no white man or a white woman. It's not systemic racism. There may be other things. You might be dealing with something that's going on in your own home, in your own family. Maybe somebody did something to you. Maybe somebody touched you. Y'all, let's keep it real. Maybe you suffer from mental illness right now because you got some things that you just won't address. But at the same time, those issues that you got going on, they would allow you to pour that energy into making you a victim and using that energy to lash out at people when you know good and dang on well, deep down inside, behind closed doors, that is not your issue. White people are not your issue. Systemic racism is not your issue. What they did to the ancestors is not your issue. White person calling the black person N-word is not your issue. Only you and God know that. And whatever that issue is, be it anger, anxiety, depression, self-deletion thoughts. That's all you. Plain and simple. Let's keep it real. Let me get ready to read some of these super chats, folks. I'm so sorry. I know I've been going on. I've been seeing the super chats pop up. I'm definitely going to read them off. I definitely appreciate the ones who's been getting in here and doing it. We got PN with the 99 cents. Appreciate you. God bless you for that. Let's see. I just saw some other ones up here. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button. If you're on the phone, double tap the screen if you would, please. That gives the video a thumbs up. All right, we got Robert Paulson who says we need to get this man's message out, especially to the youth. Change the course of the nation. Nothing this American man is saying is incorrect. Robert Paulson, hey, I really appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate the $10 super chat. In today's world, no matter what, I know that that money was something that you worked for, and I really do appreciate it. God bless you for that. Let's see. I thought I saw another one down there. Okay. Where is Guardian said, I can't read that name. I can't read the whole name across. Where is the guard? Says, coffee is on me. I like what you are saying. Hope people listen and not just, he said, I hope people, they said, I hope people listen and no, just hear you. Where is the, I can't see what that says actually. See if I can get a bigger picture of it. Where is the Garden of Eden? There we go. Thank you for the $20 super chat, and God bless you for that. I really, really do appreciate it, okay? Now I'm going to go over here and check my StreamYard as well, because I don't know if anybody did on the studio version. So if they did on the studio version, okay, Mama Carol, she got, okay, there we go. It's highlighted. Mama Carol with the $10 super chat. I really appreciate it. She's a great supporter of the channel. I really do appreciate it. But folks, I'm serious. This is one of the reasons why you guys see how passionate I am about stuff like this. I'm passionate about my young men and women, and I really don't care what color they are. I really don't. That does not matter to me. But one of the things that a lot of us don't do with a lot of these young people is teach them reality. My young folks that's under my mentorship, they already know we practice these things. We practice the whole scenario of a white person calling them the N-word. We practice it. Y'all, I don't care what any of you say. You really do not get mad at a white person saying the N-word. I tell people all the time, the hoods that I grew up in, we grew up around white people. We all called each other that all day long. Like, this nigga tripping, man. This nigga, bro, come on. Nigga, you know you did. White people are saying it back to us. That's what we did in the hood. But to get to a place in society now where someone told us, white people, y'all better not say that. Black people, you better not let them say that. Other white people, y'all better get mad if another white person says that. Black people, y'all better get mad if a white person say that. Then here we are in the hood, white and black people and Latino people, we all call each other niggas all day long. Nobody got pissed off and mad about it because we knew that the intent behind it was not to be hurtful at all. I can make up a word right now, and if I put an attitude behind it, if I put a little bit of spunk behind it, you will get offended at it. I can sit there and say, what you talking about, you old dumb shookashone? You're going to be like, what did he just call? I called you a shookashone. That's what you are? You a goddamn on stupid shookashone. Now, you don't even know what a shookashone is, but you know based off of how I just said it to you, that it's meant to be an insult. It's meant to be hurtful. It's meant to put you down. And so what you respond by, whatever you said, all I know is that that's going to most likely be your response. See what I'm saying? You're being taught. Now let me go look up shookashone. Shookashone don't mean nothing, but if you saw that shookashone meant something to be crazy, bad, and derogatory, and somebody said, oh, Ty called y'all some shookashones. Oh man, hey, I'm just telling you, I know what you're doing, but I wouldn't let him call me no shookashone. I'm just saying, bro, ain't nobody calling me no. That's how a lot of this stuff all starts. You were taught to be offended at the word. Plain and simple. Folks, I really appreciate y'all all being in here. I really do. I appreciate the super chats and everything like that. Let me see something. I think I got another thing I want to show y'all before I get out of here. Because this is another, it's kind of another example of me telling you guys how people say certain words. Hit that thumbs up button right now. Let me see. Oh, I wish I can find it because it's so funny. But yeah, I was just gonna show y'all an example about some black and white people living amongst each other, and the white dude is dropping the N-bomb around other black people, and nobody cares. Let me see. I wish I can find it because it's so funny. Hit that thumbs up button for me, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to double click it. Double click the phone. Can I say something, brother? Milk is in. Yeah, you can say what you want. Robert Paulson says, preaching, don't stop till you're done. We're patient. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Clayton Moore says, your message woke me up. Well, I've been graduate from that black mentality. I'm glad to hear that. A lot of black people don't understand context. It shows. Thanks for trying to teach. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. I'm trying to find this video, guys. I don't know if y'all seen it because the white dude's like, man, you know you all y'all know what I'm talking about? It's so funny. But I use that with, oh my gosh. I haven't used the video in a long time. Gosh. I'm trying to think of what it's called. White, skinny kid about to fight. Oh, I wish y'all could find that video. He was like, because I told you, man. I told you, nigga, you all. He did that. A white dude said to another black dude, and there's other black dudes in the room, and none of them got triggered. None of them got mad. Oh, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it stuff like this irks me for real because I want to find it so bad. Gosh, y'all, I probably won't be able to find it. If y'all know what video I'm talking about, let me know. Because I wish I could find it, man. Oh, they probably took it off the internet. I'm trying to find any kind of way who knows? It's like the white dude said, because you, maybe I need to put that in specifically like that in those words, because you, I can't find it. I can't find it. I wish I knew what y'all were. I wish I knew what video it was, man. I'll be able to show it to y'all in a heartbeat, man. But anyway, folks, nevertheless, I really do appreciate you guys all being here. Y'all done got me preaching up here and sweating and everything. hit that thumbs up button on the way out. I'm getting ready to end the stream and get myself on out of here. And just like I do with all my videos and everything like that, to let you guys know, I am Ty Smith, and I really do mean this. I hope and pray that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all all being in, all right? Don't forget to share the video. Anybody you know that would probably benefit from this, please let them know about it, all right? Peace.